something very interesting happened today, or more accurately, didn't happen today at Politico. Namely, there were no new Paul Pelosi stories. Now, you'll still see Paul Pelosi stories on Politico left over from the last few days, but nothing published today, November 3rd. Why is that? Well, you know, maybe I'm a little braggadocio here, but I think I could take some credit, in fact, a lot of credit for it, because I believe OPJ here embarrassed Politico into ditching more Paul Pelosi stories. And what happened is I write for Newsbusters. So anyway, last Saturday, I looked at Politico. I'm one of the ones kind of covering unofficially Politico. But I look at Politico, I couldn't believe what I saw. Late Saturday afternoon, 8 stories on the same subject, basically. And you could have had one story, because they're all basically saying the same thing. They were all about the Paul Pelosi break-in at the Nancy Pelosi's home, and they all were on the same exact theme, basically all echoing each other. It was really the Republicans were at fault. They weren't there, but they put things in this guy's head. Yeah, an illegal, drug-addicted, illegal alien, nudist from Berkeley, a member of the Green Party. But, of course, he's got to be a Republican, right? So they were using that as a lever to attack Republicans. Never mind that when a Bernie Sanders supporter tried to wipe out a whole bunch of Republican Congress people at a baseball field and wounded Steve Scalise. No. Had nothing to do with Democrats. The guy was a lunatic. The guy that tackled Rand Paul and broke some of his ribs, even though he said he was a partisan Democrat. But no, he was a crazy guy. In fact, a couple of websites described it as a lawn dispute, a landscaping dispute. And of course, the leftists that traveled all the way from California to Washington, D.C. to kill Kavanaugh. No, nothing political. The guy was just strictly some nutcase. But when you actually do get an obvious nutcase, like this guy, David the Pappy, however you pronounce his name, Republicans' fault, Republicans, hello! And that was the theme. But here's the thing that was really, really nutty. Did I say there was 8 stories? Well, I started writing this up. And every like 10, 15 minutes, the number of stories are going up. So first it starts out at 8, and this is all in the time that it takes me to write this up, a couple of hours. Then it was 9, because of a new story. Then another story, 10. At 10, I'm thinking, oh, that's a nice even number. It fits in the headlines. Please don't make it any higher. Unfortunately, it went up to 11 stories, and they were all basically the same story. So, it was strange, because I'm thinking, isn't there an editor at Politico that says, hey, could you guys maybe cool it a little bit? This looks absolutely nuts. It was like, reminded me of this Gary Larson cartoon. Remember, where the guy's lying on a psychiatrist's couch and a shrink is writing on his notepad? Just plain nuts. And that's the way Politico came off. Of course, they had a big agenda. At that time, it was about 10 days to the election. So they were so desperate. I think they just dropped any shred of journalistic integrity, or sensibility, just common sense, and just went whole hog in on the attack. The same thing. 11 stories on the same subject with the same theme, and not one of them sat back and said, oh no, this guy's just a nutcase. He would have been denounced, that person. Now, so anyway, that got published. And it probably took a few days to sink in. I'm sure they got listen, believe me, they read Newsbusters. And you know what? They're aware of who old PJ is. And in case you doubt me, let's just take a real quick trip back in time to May 31st of this year, to my birthday. Take a look.
PJ, you're on the radio. Good morning.
Okay. You can accuse me of being an egotist or a narcissistic today, but I don't care. You know what happened?
I do, because you texted it to me a few minutes ago, but you can tell everybody.
Yeah. I write for Newsbusters.
Yes.
First things I do every morning is one of the places I cover intensely is Politico. So they have a political playbook, which is like, your sort of must-go place. It's a liberal place, but, so what?
Yeah.
Check it. But so I scroll down, today's my birthday. I'm curious who else has the same birthday. Now, like, I know that Clint Eastwood has the same birthday as me, so I'm curious, like, who else has the same birthday that Politico considers important? So I take a look, I see Matt Berman, Dan Pino, Duncan Hunter of California, Republican, and then I see, my jaw dropped, Newsbusters, PJ Gladnick.
Wow.
There.
I'm looking at it. You're in Politico.
Oh.
You've arrived.
That's right. Politico is well aware of old PJ. Oh, and thank you for the birthday greetings. I'll be looking for it again next May 31st, Politico, because I am sort of serving as the unofficial ombudsman for Politico, or for the public, to present to Politico, like, don't go too nutty, because that's what I did. I actually performed a service for Politico there that, hey, I think you guys are going kind of overboard. 11 stories? 11 on the same topic with the same exact... I mean, they could have all been written by the same person, basically. So anyway, here's the deal. So now it's down to none. Now, I think there's two possible reasons for that. One reason is that the theme about Republicans, they gotta basically get down on their knees, prostrate, and apologize from some illegal alien from Canada, nut job. Yeah, right. So that didn't work. The other reason, and I think this is really going to be more and more important, I think Politico is actually relieved not to write about Paul Pelosi anymore. You know why? Because a lot of people have this question that I'd love to see. Guess what? I would love to see another Paul Pelosi story in Politico, but not on, like evil Republicans, nasty, nasty, nasty. You should be ashamed of yourself. No, not that. That was from before. No, what I want to see is of all the surveillance cameras and all the police body cams. Where are the videos? Could you ask that question, Politico? Where are the videos? People are starting to be curious about that. Like all these disputes as to, hey, what happened in there? Was a third person? Did this happen? Did that happen? Hey, it's on the video. So make it available. And wow, what a mystery! They're not making it available. Why would that be? And Politico, I could tell they really don't want to really get into that. But that's your homework assignment. This is old PJ here. Thank you for the birthday shout out. But now I'm asking you, please, to pick up the phone like journalists supposed to do, call around, ask about the surveillance videos. Where are they? Surveillance and police body cam. Yeah. And by the way, I think I'm noticing, don't feel bad, Politico. You're not the only outlet. Basically, the entire mainstream media, I don't see any curiosity, none whatsoever. I mean, the videos are there. We know it. There's tons of cameras, police body cams. Where are the videos? So anyway, that's what I'd like to see. But I'm taking credit on that. You could argue with me about that, but that in fact, by the way, that was so absurd. 11 stories on the same topic, just totally overboard. It was one of those stories. Usually I'm, just tapping away on my keyboard, just dead serious, But this time I was laughing. I couldn't believe it, especially every time I saw 8 go to 9, 9 go to 10, 10 go to 11 stories on us, and all in the same place. They weren't scattered all around. They were all there at the top, very top of Politico. You couldn't miss it. It was like, so anyway, Um, that's what I think. I think there's a very good chance old PJ here embarrassed Politico into not talking about the Paul Pelosi incident anymore, and probably to kind of relieve it, they're not doing it because that way they don't have to get into what happened to the videos, the surveillance camera and the police body cam videos. Well, I'll see you guys later, and especially see you later, Politico, like maybe on my birthday. See you later.